YouTube, the word for today is me and my brother were talking today. It's so funny because some people say, "Oh, I only need to go to church," or this is for the recovery people, my recovery family out there, and why they think that they don't need meetings, and why meetings are so important. Because so many times we can go ahead and we can say, "Well, I don't need a meeting today," and "Oh, I didn't need a meeting yesterday. I didn't go yesterday, so why do I need to go today? I'm good, and I'm comfortable, and this and that." And that's what the enemy wants to do. We don't just fall. We don't just all of a sudden just start walking and then all of a sudden just drop to our knees and fall. It's what it is it's over time, and it's over time. If you're a boxer and a boxer keeps hitting your body, he keeps working your body and hitting your body because he's working on you to knock you down for that final punch. And that's what the enemy's trying to do. That's what the disease is trying to do to us. It's trying to knock us down and nick at us little by little. And in little ways that you don't even think, he will use people, places, and things, and he will use family members, he will use friends to just gnaw at you, knock at you, little here and little there. And then, you'll get that little bit of isolation. Isolation is the worst thing for recovery people. Worst thing is isolation, because we sit and we isolate. And then we get in our mind and we start thinking, is people talking about us? What are people at the meeting thinking of us? Oh, I haven't been there in a while. I can't go back there because they probably think I've been using or I fall off. And that fear sets in. And fear is like as in our book, it talks about fear is like termites. It just devours everything in its path. And that's what the fear does to us. And that's what isolation is, a dark room where negatives are developed. So the enemy wants us to isolate. And us alcoholics and addicts, we that's our main thing, is to isolate. To not share where we're at, not talk about where we're at, honestly and openly, because it says to thy own self be true. So what I'm trying to say here, my friends, is you need to go to meetings, share where you're at. If you share it and you feel like you're using, just say, I feel like using. And just share it, because a problem shared is a problem cut in half, is what I'm trying to tell you, my brothers and sisters. And what I'm trying to say here is I learned this from experience and seeing brothers fall. That, a lot of people, I don't get it, man. They think they don't need the meetings, but then they talk to me about how they're struggling with this, struggling with that. And I'm telling you, people will argue with me. There'll probably be people that'll comment, meeting makers don't make it, all meeting makers make is coffee. But meetings it's a whole unity. The whole coin is a triangle, and it's three things. And unity and fellowship is part of that. Now, I'm not saying you're going to have to go to a meeting every day for the rest of your life. It wouldn't hurt. I wish I could go more. I do go to a lot of meetings. I do a lot of things. I share with a lot of people. I'm in fellowship every day with alcoholics and addicts. Talk to a few of them each and every day. Read my readings every day. At least go to three to four different kinds of meetings a week. Spiritual meetings, AA meetings. I have a service position that I'm on. So I'm fully in. And I wish I could go to more, and I try to go to more as I can, but, I do have a family as a ministry. My first life is my family, so I have to make sure I'm there for them. So I don't get to go to a lot of meetings because I have to be with my family as well. But I know I don't mess my stuff up, because recovery does come first. Because if I don't have recovery, I don't have family. I know all these things, and my relationship with God is strong. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're new in recovery, meetings, you need to make them. You need to make yourself a solid foundation. You need to learn how to not isolate. You need how to learn how to share and tell the uncomfortable things to your sponsor and your fellows, your accountability group. And you should all have accountability groups. Sponsorship is amazing. You need that for sure, but you also need a group of fellows that you can, or fellow girls that you can be around, and you can share accountable to each other, as well as a sponsorship. You need accountability family. And usually when you get in a sponsorship family, there's your sponsor has a bunch of sponsees that are like your brothers and sisters in it, and you're all accountable, and you hang out together and you group up together. Not that it's cliquey, but that's just your family. And you should have other people outside of that group that you're accountable to as well. I talk to 3 or 4 different alcoholics a day. We share where we're at on the phone each and every day. We have basically our own meetings each and every day on the phone. So I'm grateful for that. So just remember that you need to be in fellowship. You need to be submerged in the fellowship each and every day, because I'm going to say this little thing right here. A lion is always looking for the gazelle. And when he's always looking for the gazelle, He's in the bushes looking and looking for the gazelle, and he always gets the one that's outside of the group, one that veers off just a little bit to eat some of the grass on the side over here. But the ones that stay in the middle, the ones that stay grouped together, they never get devoured because they're in fellowship, they're in unity, they're in grouped in together. So don't be the gazelle that's sitting outside the walls, sitting outside trying to find some little grass over here, grass over here, dabble with this woman, dabble with this man, dabble and hanging out here and blah, 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 blah. But always be in unity and learn how to share openly with your group. Because when you're new in recovery, man, you got to learn how to share those feelings. And trust me, the head is going to tell you, don't share that. They're going to think different of you. Blah, 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 blah. You can't do that. That's where isolation starts to happen. And remember, the main thing about this talk right now is isolation is a dark place where negatives are developed. And we need not to be isolating. We need to learn how to pick up the phone every day. We need to learn how to share every day. We need to learn how to be in a good, if you ain't got a good fellowship accountability group where you can call someone and just pour out your heart, then you need to find another accountability group. And that's just where I'm at with it. So if you got less than a year in recovery, and I don't care if you even got, before you got 5 years, you should be at least hitting 4 to 5 meetings a week, man. I'm telling you. Because this thing, you got to build your foundation for when you do have a work schedule that's going to be a little bit crazy, but you have built that fellowship, that accountability group, to that you're calling people each and every day, that you're getting to a routine that keeps you not isolated, keeps you calling people, gets you learning how to share and open honestly with people each and every day. So that's what I got to say for today. Remember, he's knocking at your body each and every day. He's chipping away trying to get you to fall each and every day. And you ain't going to fall. You're going to say, man, I did good today. I didn't go to me, but I'm good today. But he's still tapping at you, tapping at that body, tapping at that body. And it might be 5-6 months that you struggle with isolation, but you ain't gone to a lot of meetings, but you ain't sharing a lot, but you're still doing okay. At least I ain't using. But trust me, your body's getting sore. Your mind's getting worn. And before you know it, you're going to be torn. God bless.